Hello children, welcome to the class once again. So after a brief introduction of control and coordination, after knowing certain terms like stimulus, response, receptors, sensory organs, etc., and we came to know that the structural and functional unit of nervous system are the neurons, nerve cells. So what are the different types of nerve cells present in human body and what is the function that we shall see. So neurons are the structures which are structural and functional unit of nervous system. If you see the structure of neurons, basically they contain three parts: dendrites, cyton, it is also called as cell body, axon which ends with axon terminals. So these are the important points, important parts of neuron. So first of all, dendrites. Dendrites are short branched structures. They are always in contact with other neurons and they communicate with the axon. They always communicate with the cyton or cell body. So they carry impulses, that is information from other neurons to the cyton or cell body. Cyton or cell body is the center of activity. So it contains nucleus, one or two nucleoli, and granular substance which are called as Nissl granules. Nissl granules are made up of ribosomes and a group of ribosomes and proteins. And next, this is the cyton or cell body is a center of activity. It analyzes whatever the information it has got and it sends impulses through axon, which is also called as a nerve fiber. Axon or nerve fiber. This axon or nerve fiber is an elongated structure with no branches, whereas dendrites are very short and branched structures. Axon is elongated, unbranched structure and ends with axon terminals. So sometimes this axon may extend up to 100 centimeters also, depending upon the location. So, depending upon the location, the axon length may vary, but usually it is unbranched structure and it is also called as a nerve fiber. This axon is covered with myelin sheath. This myelin sheath made up of Schwann cells, proteinaceous tissue, and axon ends with nerve terminals. So the axon which contains myelin sheath is called myelinated nerve cell or myelinated neuron, and without myelin sheath it is called as unmyelinated neurons. Myelinated neuron sends impulses, impulses much faster than unmyelinated neuron. Unmyelinated neuron is, and it also prevents leakage of electricity. It prevents leakage of electricity. Where electricity is sent, that we shall see. And depending upon the structure, there are myelinated neurons and unmyelinated neurons. And depending upon the function, neurons are of mainly two types. Sensory neurons are afferent neurons. Motor neurons are efferent neurons. Sensory neurons arise from sense organs and carry impulses to brain and spinal cord. They are sensory neurons, or they are also called as afferent, afferent neurons. Motor neurons are those which arise from brain and spinal cord and carry impulses to the effector organ. They are called efferent neurons. Afferent neurons and efferent neurons. If a nerve contains both sensory nerve fiber and motor nerve fiber, then it is called as a mixed neuron. Mixed neuron or mixed nerve. So sensory neuron carries impulses from sense organs to brain and spinal cord. Motor neuron carries impulses from brain and spinal cord to effector organ, muscles or glands. Okay, and all these spinal nerves are mixed laws. What are the spinal laws? We shall see later. And depending upon the structure and depending upon the function. Sensory neurons are afferent neurons, motor neurons are efferent neurons, and mixed neurons. If both sensory nerve fiber and motor nerve fiber are present in the same neuron, they are called as mixed neurons. And these nerve fibers, they are always in contact with one another. That means the dendrites of one neuron is in contact with the dendrites of other neuron, or the axon terminal of one neuron is in contact with the dendrites of other neuron. So the site of contact between the neurons is called as a synapse. It is called as a synapse. So here it means the neurons always in touch with each other. At particular gap, they release chemical substances and they send the impulses. That means even the impulses are sent one part of the body to the brain or spinal cord, or impulses are sent from brain or spinal cord to other parts of the body. So that is how synapse is the site of contact between two neurons where the impulses are sent. Either it may be between two neurons or to the effector organ, that is glands or muscles. So that is called as a synapse. And one more thing, the nerve cells have supportive cells. They are called as glial cells. So glial cells are the cells, they are more in number than neurons. They support the neurons. They supply nutrients to the neurons, and they also see that the neurons function properly. And now one more thing. So how the information is sent? So the information is sent by producing very small amount of electricity, about 0.005 volts or 55 millivolts. Small amount of electricity is generated. That is called as a nerve impulse, or it is also called as action potential. So in this way, neurons are in contact with one another, and they are in contact with the effector organ, that is glands or muscles, and they always send impulses from one part of the body and other part, and they receive the impulses from brain and spinal cord. So in this way, the neurons, they are structural and functional units of nervous system. They function so many, they control so many activities in the nervous system. Okay, so this is the basic structure of neurons, synapse, etc. Okay, hope you have understood. Okay, if you have any doubts, please let me know. Thank you.